Hello everyone. I just came out of my church. We had a kind of Bible study, and the focus was on trials and temptations and how it builds character. And basically, it was about the waiting room. You know, when you are waiting on God for something, and when you are pressed down by difficulties. And the whole topic was about how God uses struggles and trials and pains and strife and all the things we go through to build our character. So after we finished that Bible study, I was suddenly led in my spirit to share this video. And in this video, I'm going to share some of the techniques, some of the things I've learned in my own waiting room. Okay. So I've been through it for this. I don't know. I can't start telling you how long I've been through it, but I've been through it. But this topic is not about what I've been through, but about, how I have the coping strategies that God has helped me use to tide through the things I've been through. So now, I'm going to share about maybe 3 or 4 techniques today. Perhaps I'll give more later. So, technique number 1 of dealing with the waiting room. Number 1, the it is done method. The it is done method. This method works. It helped me. I'm speaking from my own experience here. It works well, blends well with when you've done your homework and you've prayed, and you are uncertain, you don't know what the outcome is going to be, things are, time is passing, everything is going, but you don't know how the outcome is going to be. You've already done your own part, you've done your homework, you've prayed, you've put all the efforts, you've made all the moves you were supposed to make. You've walked with God, you followed the Lord's plan concerning this matter. The only thing remaining is you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know the outcome. So the it is done method is you basically saying it is done. Like, just in your mind, tell yourself it's done. Like, the prayer has already been answered. I've already passed the exam. I've already acquired the business venture. I've already accomplished the success. I've already succeeded. I've already gotten what I need to get. Act like the thing is already done. Like you already have the thing in your hand. Act like you've seen the outcome. And then move like you've seen the outcome. And how do you act like you've seen the outcome? Just say it is done. And then that is where the second technique comes in. This second technique is the giving thanks and praise method. This works well, like it works well with the first situation. You can actually initiate this giving thanks and praise method right after you have said it is done. Right after you've said in your mind, like, yes, this is a done deal, it's done. God has already done it. And you start acting like, you start moving like someone who has already achieved what they're planning, what they're hoping they would achieve. You can move straight to the giving thanks and praise method. The giving thanks and praise method works well with the first scenario, but it also works even better when you are about to, experience the most conflicting controversy of your life. Let's say you are about to enter into marriage. That is when you give thanks and praise, because you are full of fear, you are shaking. Rather than let that fear dig a hole and bury you in, give thanks and praise. I don't want to start talking. I can talk about the situation I applied this in, but maybe I could save it for another video. But by giving thanks and praise, you are flushing fear down the toilet or pushing it aside, and you are letting praise and thanks to God take preeminence over fear. So this giving thanks and praise shifts your alignment from fear to love to gratitude, and just shifts the frequency and elevates you instantly in that moment, aligning you for the results that you want. And what is that result? A positive result. Thanks be to God. Now, this third method, oh my God, this is a dangerous method. But this method only works, is best when you are at your breaking point. The devil is putting ideas into your mind, telling you you've not done everything you possibly could to solve your problem because you've not done bad things yet. The enemy, it is when you are at that breaking point, that is when the enemy will start putting ideas into your mind. If you're a woman, or if you're a woman, and let's say you're having bearing problems, and your husband isn't, maybe the doctor said your husband is the problem. For instance, let's say your husband has low sperm count, and it's the reason why you guys have not been having children. It is at this time, at that breaking point of you guys trying all kinds of methods and nothing is working, that the enemy will say, have you tried other guys yet? Or something like that. The enemy will say, why don't you go and sneak around and get this baby? And your husband won't know. If you're that young woman who is struggling with money in school, that is when the devil will say, and you've tried everything, you've even hustled, you've done you understand, your parents cannot afford to put you through school, and you're doing everything you can possibly working, the devil will say, aha, but you have not done everything. You see that girl in the other room, you see that she's chopping, can't you see what they are doing? And she's been trying to put you in the life. The devil will be telling you to go and join. Go and join bad gang, because the devil will tell you, you've not done everything, no. When you have not done runs and you've not stolen, and the devil will tell you you've not done everything that you're supposed to do because you've not done bad stuff yet. So that is when you now, and the devil will, and that is what this is why people fall into temptations during trials. And the whole point of the trial is God is using the trial to build their character, to see how far, how much pressure they can take how much pressure they can take. Will they take pressure and come out stronger, and and will they follow the path of elevation while they're facing this pressure, or will they take the path of debauchery and degradation? That is the whole point, to build the character so that the person will learn. If the person takes that path that the devil is offering, the person has failed the trial now. The person has failed the test because the person has given in. So when you are at that breaking point, I don't know if I'm talking to someone here, and maybe, who knows, maybe there's someone watching me who is at that whose elastic limit is being stretched, and they feel like, oh my God, I've done everything, but now I feel like perhaps I should do other things to solve this problem, other things, bad things, other nasty stuff, things that my principles cannot even. Do you understand? If you are getting those thoughts, the devil will use will amplify the fear, will use anxiety. The devil will use your anxiety and use that anxiety to tell you, yes. If you don't do it, your parents will, if you don't do it, you will not be able to finish university. Do you know what that means? You've already spent 3 years, and you'll be like, what will happen to, the devil will put all the worst case scenarios. You will tell the woman who's looking for a child, if you don't do this now, by the time you get to this certain age, the devil will tell that woman who's looking for a child, by the time you get to this certain age, you're no longer going to have children again, and your husband will move along and find another woman. Better do something, better keep your marriage. The devil will tell the person struggling financially, you will end up in the street. Don't you see what's happening? When you're walking down the road and you see a homeless person, the devil will say, that's you. That's you in the next coming weeks, or things like that. You will just keep getting bad ideas. So when you are at this elastic limit, the devil says, the worst will happen. I mean, how could you are preserving your principles? You don't want to do bad things, and you say you've done enough. You've not done enough. You don't know this, and because because you have refused to steal, because you have refused to fall into temptation, because you refused to go out with that man who is offering you money to sleep with him. Before you refuse to do all these things, your life will end bad. You will not be like the happening people. You will lose out. You will do this. You will do that. The devil will just be feeding you with, telling you that, if you don't shift your principles, if you don't degrade, your life will just kaput. The devil will paint the worst possible scenario. And you know that fear sometimes, most times actually, not sometimes, it blows the outcomes larger than it's supposed to be. You understand? So the pull to go and do the very worst, or it may not even be pushed. You may not even be facing a push to fall into temptation. The push could be to do something crazy, like take your own life. Yes, for some, what the devil is trying to tell them to do is kill yourself so you can be free. End this now. Things like that. The devil could use scenarios like, the worst possible scenario, and tell you that if you don't do this thing this way, if you don't do this thing the devil's way, you will meet worse situations. That the only escape would be to do that. And sometimes it may not be to fall into temptation. The pressure would be to do something crazy, to curse out on God forbid. You understand? The pressure could be to curse out on your maker, or to change, to harden rather than soften. You become hard, or to change your character dramatically. For some, the pressure will be, you've done this and you failed. Now you have to be mean, get your eye red. You have to go, So when the devil is pushing you to go the other way, rather than follow the path that leads to you passing this test, you tell the devil, let that thing you are saying that will happen. Bring it on. On. I know the God I serve, and if God is still on the throne, let us see whether this worst will happen. Okay? If it happens, let it happen. At least I will know that I did the right thing. Yes. Rather than you understand? You tell the devil to bring it on. Yes. And devil it's in your clique. Let me now tell you, if you're thinking the devil is just somebody that will appear, the devil will not appear unless, of course, you see her, you see him physically. What I'm saying is, you will hear, the thoughts that come into your mind. Most of your thoughts are not yours. Let me now break it to you. Most of your thoughts are not yours. You are an observer. Your mind is a television station, or more like a radio station, or both. And each time, what you are hearing is not from you. You are getting radio waves, both from hell, from heaven, from other dimensions, from entities prowling. Most of the things in your mind are not yours. Then some of them, only like a few percent are coming from your inner self. The rest are just entities looking to feed. So if you like, you have two options: to allow the negative entities to chop you with their suggestions, or to tell them, Nwano, what did you say will happen? Okay, that very worst they are saying will happen. Nwano, let it happen. I am not going to do this thing that you want me to do. I will do it my own way. And what is that way? My way is God's way. Align your way with the way of God. Become one with God in the decision. and you'll pass. In fact, I'm not just talking to you guys, I'm talking to myself too, because I am also talking to myself. Oh. This video is not just for you, it is also for me. Bye bye.